Hey guys, welcome to Strange Suspicion. I see there's quite a few of you in here that are always in here, so I just want to say hi to you guys. Hello, 13th Hour, Cyborg Mama, Judy, Cheryl. Who am I missing? Boots. Hey, there's Boots. Okay, Evie, cold and covered. I don't know who I'm missing. I hope everybody's enjoying their weekend. Yeah, I don't know if you guys are doing anything fun. Something I missed out on myself, which I guess actually a lot of people in the country got to see, was the Northern Lights. I don't know how many states actually got to view the Northern Lights, but I was totally asleep. I know Bob said that I think he caught some of the color in the sky because we're in Michigan, but there were a lot of different states reporting that they saw Northern Lights, which was super, super cool. We've been plugging away on content for the channel. We're trying to get things a little bit more organized around here so that we can have like your regular 3 videos per week, and I think we've been doing really well. We actually also, if you didn't notice and you're on the Strange Suspicion level of paid membership, which is the $4.99 a month paid membership level, we did release a bloopers video. I don't know if you guys saw that. If you saw that, let me know in the chat. If you liked it, that's cool. I can make another one. Just a second, I have to cough. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. So I want to know if you guys saw it. Let me know if you saw it, if you liked it or not in the chat. I didn't really get a chance to check out the community post, the members only post that I did on that. So hopefully you guys liked it. I know it's Mother's Day tomorrow. So if you are a mother, happy Mother's Day. If you have children or plants or pets or whatever you are a mother to, let's see. I had a few things written down. Oh yeah. I do know that my mom is always watching this. She's not ever commenting, which I know it's really hard for her not to, but Mom, when you watch this, happy Mother's Day. I love you. You are amazing. You guys love your moms up on Mother's Day. Don't forget, because time is precious. Just wanted to write that down. And I did. So now I'm telling you guys. So we're going to start out with Brian Koberger. Something that I thought was very interesting is I don't have the comment to pull up, and I don't want to like call anybody out, but there was a comment that may or may not still be on the underneath a community post about Brian Koberger dealing with this roommate that has recently taken an interview. I believe it was NBC that we saw it on, but the thing about I thought was the most interesting about this was that it seemed like we only saw like a segment of this interview. I don't know if anybody had seen something different than us, but we only saw like, I think it was maybe 2 minutes tops, maybe 3 minutes of this interview with this woman named Ashlyn Couch, I believe. I'm saying her name correctly. She was the roommate at 1122 King Road until May, and the murders occurred in November. So she had already been moved out, but she was still close with Kaylee. From what I saw, though, on the news, she was doing like more of like a cautionary message through her interview, basically stating that she wanted people to be more safe. There were some interviews, clips of interviews that we saw that were longer than others. I don't remember what the difference was. I don't know if Bob can maybe jump in here if he has a minute, but it was really strange. But the only thing that I saw with the correlation between like something that would be greatly suspicious to me is that Hunter Lindau died, wasn't it in May of that year, which is the same month that she would have moved out, correct? She brought back the stalking angle, Judy said. Yeah, exactly. But I don't know how they would narrow down the stalking issue to just Brian.
I have that interview right here. I'll play it real quick, Pia.
Okay, check it out.
For months. I mean, I couldn't even walk to my car in the dark for months after, it happened.
Fear lingering with Ashlyn Couch after her friends were stabbed to death in their off-campus home in Moscow, Idaho, a home where she too once lived.
It crosses my mind more that could have happened while I was there. And, you never know like how long someone is watching your house.
The 6th bedroom on King Road was hers. And now this morning, she's speaking out for the first time on camera since Kaylee Gonzalez, Madison Mogan, Xana Kernodle, and her boyfriend Ethan Chapin were murdered in November of 2022. Ashlyn initially signed the lease to live in the popular off-campus home, telling our station KXLY that she moved out in May of 2022 after graduating the semester before. But she stayed close with the girls, especially Maddie, sharing the last message she sent to her after getting an alert from the University of Idaho that there had been a suspected homicide.
I texted like our group of friends and I just had said, has anyone heard from Maddie? And I remember like my last text message to her was like, are you okay? And I feel like right then and there, I kind of just knew that something was wrong.
The man charged with their murders, Brian Koberger, a judge entering a not guilty plea on his behalf, as his defense team says he was out driving that cold November night, as he often did, to hike or stargaze. But prosecutors allegedly linking Koberger to the heinous crimes through DNA left on the button strap of a knife sheath found underneath Maddie.
You wish that you could just say goodbye. And that's one thing that I just wish that I could do at least one more time is like, just give her one last hug just to be able to say goodbye.
Okay. So basically, she was just saying that there's a possibility of stalking.
That's what I heard. Yeah. I think that's kind of what everybody's been talking about, how she said she basically
What's up, Dill?
What?
I said, what's up, Dill?
She basically said she don't know how long someone could have been watching the house,
Right. Saying the word someone, though, correct? Like she didn't say Brian.
No.
Right.
No, she didn't.
And it's interesting because when you think about somebody watching that residence, like you can basically watch that residence from anywhere. They showed the view from Sigma Chi. It's like what a straight shot. If you had a nice enough camera, you can probably zoom right into the windows. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And when did you say she moved out?
Ashlyn?
Yeah.
I thought she said May. And that would have been like when she graduated in May. So
yeah.
Then she would move back home or wherever she was going to work.
Right. I wonder, I know she didn't really say it. I wonder what time she tried to text Maddie. Isn't that, did she say Kaylee or Maddie?
She was friends with Maddie, I guess.
Okay.
Closest with Maddie.
So they must have got the shelter in place and then she texted them. I guess that's kind of what she said. Yeah. But, oh man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, I don't know. I feel like if you were watching the house, like I was saying, like you got like straight view from Sigma Chi, straight view from the apartments, straight view from the the trail behind it, right from where people park for the apartments. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Where they're parking like right alongside the back of the apartments, where you can see the backyard, you can see the back porch, you can probably see the sliding doors, then the whole row of the places next to them in the back. Like they could have been watched by a number of people. Easier watched by them than by someone in Pullman, Washington.
Yeah, any of those buildings, anything around there, anybody driving through there, anybody. I mean, yeah. So, but they said Brian Koberger was not stalking. The prosecution said that. So,
Right. So all that would make no sense. So basically, they're putting this girl's snippet of information into the news to distract from what, like a closed hearing, or distract from
I don't know,
a ruling, or
I think she's just talking. That's all. And like the FBI isn't backing the prosecution now, or basically kind of like stepped back too. So this gets weirder and weirder, right?
Yeah, everything is seemingly getting very weird. People are pointing out things about Brian, and things about like okay, so Ashlyn Couch, she steps forward. In our comments though, the reason that I was gonna bring up Ashlyn Couch anyway, because there was a comment and it said, is that before or after Ashlyn Couch died? And Ashlyn Couch is obviously alive. That's a very new interview. She wasn't living there. I don't know where she lives, but I know that she's been out of there since May. So June, July, August, September, October, November. That's 6 months. She's gone for 6 months.
Who's they talking about? The other roommate that supposedly hurt themselves in some way? Is that
Hannah Cleary? Yeah.
Is that who maybe they were thinking? They're like getting the two names confused, maybe, or something.
That could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very likely. Right?
Yeah. True that.
I'm trying to see what Cyborg Mama said. Sorry. It's hard to see.
Go ahead.
Hannah and Maddie's whole roommate. I think that Tani is voice texting. This says Hannah and Maddie's a whole roommate. A whole roommate. Oh, yep. So everybody's got an opinion, and everybody's opinion is absolutely 100% valued at this channel. I have to cough. But here's a different perspective that we're going to respect, guys. So Judy says, guys, I hate to say this, but those girls were no angels. Okay. That is actually, I guess that's more popular than I'm giving it credit for. A lot of people do think that these girls were no angels and they were involved in a lot of interesting things. But I mean, that doesn't mean you'd be surprised how young women these days conduct their lives and what they do and do not think is morally wrong and what they are and are not capable of doing for money. And a lot of it may be misunderstood from the outside perspective, but a lot of it may not. So I guess depending on what you're inferring, if you're inferring that they may have been on OnlyFans or they may have been involved in some kind of, I have heard rumors about escorting services. I haven't seen any proof of that. But I am interested, Judy, to hear what you're talking about, if you're interested in typing it. Not trying to put you on the spot either. Think outside the box, she said. Okay. I'm trying to. I don't know if I'm getting close or anything here.
Are you talking about a pizza box or
Little Caesars?
Ooh, little sneezers?
Little sneezers, hot and ready backs.
Ew, gross. Those are nasty.
Yeah.
You could probably put your pizza in this thing.
Bitches, look, you can bring the spaghetti pot. There ain't no spaghetti in it.
Look at that.
You can bring the pot in the bag. Buy yourself a strange suspicion bag.
Jesus. Sorry. I thought it was muted.
No.
Okay. Very dusty in this room. Can you talk for a moment? Give me a moment.
Yeah, what do you want me to talk about? I don't have it in front of me.
Okay.
This is part of the plan.
So we're gonna I guess you could talk about the Ask a Clown segment and then I can cough for a second. Or
Okay. Go ahead.
I don't know if anybody had anything they wanted to say about Ashlyn Couch, you can go ahead and put that in the chat too.
Were you gonna have people up on panel?
I was after we did the Ask a Clown, and after we did the
Okay.
Karen Reed.
So you want to ask a clown now, or you're gonna cough for a minute?
I'm gonna cough for a minute. I'll be right back with you guys in a second. I'm gonna leave you with Bob.
And now my favorite segment, Ask a Clown.
Okay. Whew. Sorry about that. Hi, Charles. Oh my God. Oh God. What's up, Vile? What's up, dude? Okay. Okay, so we're gonna do Ask a Clown. What was the first question for Ask a Clown then?
Okay. The first question would be any topics too taboo for the channel?
I don't think that there's anything like I mean, I don't know. True crime is pretty taboo, don't you think? Like, don't you think, babe? I think true crime. I mean,
yeah, it can be, yes.
Right. So true crime is pretty taboo in and of itself, but I don't think anything really is that taboo on this channel, except things that people would feel very strongly about that I don't want people to argue. Like, I don't have the time or the patience or the energy, I guess, to fight people on their own beliefs on politics or on religion. Right.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think those things could be taboo. I think, obviously weird sexual stuff,
Right. Yeah. Well, there's no place for that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not here. You know what I'm saying?
Unless it's something that directly would have to do with the case, right? If it was some weird.
I mean, yeah, and like even if we were to talk about it, we would probably just, I mean, we would definitely do it. I don't know, in a different way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, yeah. So you want to go to number 2 here?
Right. So I mean, just as far as that's concerned, like, yeah, there's nothing too taboo here, but at the same time, there's some things that are off limits. So I guess the only topics, if you want to call them topics, are politics and religion. So
you know how to spell taboo?
Is it
T-A-boo?
T-A-boo? That's it is. T-A-boo. That is absolutely correct. Yep, you're right.
Okay, so number 2. You ready for number 2?
Absolutely, number 2. That sounds great.
I mean, it's kind of the same question. I don't know who asked these questions, so I didn't write that down. Sorry, guys. But it says, have you ever withheld content you found too disturbing or controversial?
Yes, we've withheld content. Okay, so basically, man, I'm not gonna like.
Oh,
I'm gonna be straight with you guys. Okay.
I wouldn't talk about that too much.
What's that?
I wouldn't talk about it too much, but yeah.
No, I was gonna say we absolutely have held back content of, or anyway, we take a lot of suggested content. Just so you know, if you want to suggest any content, go right ahead and do that. But some people email us the most ridiculous things, and they just want us to change our content based on what they want us to tell you. And so those people are just crazy. So that's what I was going to say, Bob.
Oh, true. Yeah, no, I wasn't trying to censor you. I would never try to.
Oh, no, I know that. I know you never have and you never will. I know. You're not like that. But I'm just saying, like, other than that, yeah, we have censored. Wait, what was the question specifically?
Have you ever withheld any content you found too disturbing or controversial?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And within those weird emails too, we've gotten pictures of alleged pictures of the victims of this crime. But just so you know, as a ex-haunted house actress, I can absolutely tell you that what I saw was absolutely fake. But the fact that somebody would send something to me trying to make me feel like it was a dead body of a victim, I just felt was in like super poor taste. So obviously I'm going to censor you guys from that kind of thing. And I'm not going to post anything like that. So as far as censoring, that's it.
True.
Right.
So we're on number 3. Do you make a lot of money on YouTube?
No, we don't make a lot of money on YouTube at all. I think we make about $3 per 1,000 views, right?
Well, at first it was like they were paying $10 per 1,000, and then it went downhill for some reason. But yeah, it varies, obviously. You know what I mean? It goes up and down. But right now we're on the low spectrum. So
Yeah, so we're like, we don't make like, I don't know.
I
If
think
you look at our views and you time $3 per 1,000, that's what we're making. So we're not
to be
making
honest,
very much.
I think one of our lives we made $140.
Yeah, one time. Yeah.
And that was I think one of the last. I don't know. I don't know which one it was, but
Yeah, back in the day, we had one really good month. And hi, Rock.
I believe it was your birthday month. So
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. You guys were sending me super thanks and that we had one good month, but just so you guys know, whoever asked the Ask a Clown question, if we make a lot of money on YouTube, no. We absolutely don't. 1 month right there on our screen, 1 month Rock Chalk gifted a crap load of memberships, and then all the people that got free memberships from Rock Chalk did not. Oh my goodness! Thank you, Cheryl. Look at that. Okay, so whoop 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 whoop. Okay, who was I talking to? God. Oh, Rock Chalk. All the memberships that Rock Chalk gifted, the majority of people just dropped right off. But we do try to keep the memberships as low. Wasn't that as low as we could go? Was $2.99 when we did it?
yeah, I think so.
Right. So the lowest level we have is $2.99, and then there's a $4.99 a month. But we only get 60% of that because of YouTube. So
True.
Cheryl, thank you so much. Boots' birthday just passed 3 days ago, so everybody wish Boots a happy birthday.
Happy
Had a great
birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Boots.
Yeah, you did stay, Nevada, Christy. Did stay a member. Yeah, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that a lot of people don't realize, like, if you do right now have a gifted membership, it's either the $2.99 or no, I think it goes straight to the $4.99 level, which is the Strange Syndicate. That level is the level that we just released the members only bloopers video. Did you get a chance to watch that, Bob? I don't know if you guys know, but I put that video together. Bob had to guide me, but I never like put the videos together, so I did my best. But
Did I watch it? Yes, I watched it.
okay. I don't know, and nobody really said in the chat. Tani, did you get a chance to watch it? The bloopers video? I think she's on the Strange Syndicate level. I can't, you guys, when you put your member stickers in the chat, it says on my end, it says like cringe or something. Like, I don't understand what that even.
I think it's the Violent J face.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure. I can't remember what they exactly are. I can tell you if you want me to.
Yeah, Jane, you're right. And thank you, Jamie.
Yeah, hang on. Anyway.
Oh, Boots True Crime just gifted 1 Strange Suspicion membership. Thank you, Boots, for doing that right after your birthday. Or is it her birthday's in 3 days or was 3 days ago? Okay, she said the lowest one is $4.99. Here's what she said there. I don't know if anybody grabbed it or not.
Probably, I think so. I can't see. Something did. Yeah.
I click on it.
Jane. It says
Jane got it?
I think so.
Jane, did you get that membership? Holy jeez. That's so cool. That is very generous.
Oh, it says
Virginia Woolf became a YouTube member.
I think she either became it or
Virginia,
got it.
maybe.
I can't
I don't know.
tell.
I'm so confused.
It's
I'm
okay.
sorry, guys. My eyesight is not what it used to be.
Well, it's fine. You're all good.
Jane, something Green. Yeah, I don't know. Jane, are you a member? She has something right there next to her name.
Yes, she is.
Okay, so
She's-
congratulations, Jane. Congratulations, Jane. I think you're the one that got it. Boots, I love you. Yep, there you go. Yes, awesome. So I believe she said it was $4.99. So Jane, you can go ahead and go check out that bloopers video. If anybody who has seen the bloopers video liked the bloopers video, please type bloopers in the chat, and I'll go ahead and put together another bloopers video next week, and then we'll try to figure out how to get you guys your members only videos and have you guys all agree on what you want them to be about. So we were still on the Ask a Clown questions then, or
Yeah. We're on number 4. We have 5. And
okay.
the fifth one would be, what are the future plans for the channel?
Bob and I were just talking about this. Remember, Bob, when we were driving around?
Yeah. I mean, somewhat.
Yeah, we were driving around, and I was telling Bob there's a lot of things that we can do with this channel. Like, there's a lot of things. Just so you guys know, we put like all our time into this. I wish we could go camping. I really wish we could go camping. We can even do like paranormal while we were camping. And just like a thing that Bob and I like to do. We like to go and camp and be in the middle of nowhere and just kind of unwind, stare at a fire, and enjoy our peace and quiet together. But we could do a lot of traveling, hopefully, once we have more regular. Once you guys you start sharing the video and like rewatching the video, and like it gets more exposure and we get more higher in the algorithm, which means we need an engagement rate, which means you guys need to comment, like, share, like engage with one another in the comments. Once those stats go up, then we go up in the algorithm, and then they start like giving us more income. Once we get more income, we can do videos on a regular basis. But I was thinking even bigger. I was thinking like Bob is a really good content creator. He's great at like directing what kind of content and like what we do with content. You know what I'm trying to say, Bob? I'm not like a director. You know what I'm saying?
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah. So I was thinking like a lot of cool things. Like maybe we could do like a short, like a short of some kind. I don't know how many people here like horror or any kind of like short films or anything like that, but I always wanted Bob to do something like that because I think he's like super good at that. So I think maybe the future of the channel would be bigger things like that, where we have more travel involved and we have more creative outlets in different areas. I'd also like to do more like conspiracy theory and Mandela effect videos. I'd like to do like case summaries of past cases of any kind, or serial killer documentaries. I guess the future plans is just to be more regular, right? Do you
True.
agree?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I would like to do like a short little film, and whatever, I could do that. And
Short, weird Bob films, that word said.
working on what we're doing. I mean,
Brandy said we can camp in her backyard and have bonfires in Northern California. That's really funny, Brandy, because we were driving around last night and I was like, oh, a bonfire. And Bob was like, hey, bud, can we... Remember that, Bob?
yeah.
We're like, hey, bud, can we come sit by
Hey,
the
bud,
bonfire?
come by your fire there, bud. But yeah,
Yeah, I
whatever.
really miss going up by a bonfire. Really, like...
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, we should make a horror film, 13th Hour said. Yeah, I was thinking the same exact thing. There's different like aspects of that. There's a lot of you in here that are very creative people. I know that I've acted in haunted houses. I know that 13th Hour has acted in haunted houses. You guys are in all different locations. Like, I think that would be really cool. It would also be very expensive though. That's why I'm trying to get you all like on board to do like some kind of membership, but it's not. Like if you guys can't handle it or afford it, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Our content is and always will be free. But we'll be able to do more content, obviously, when it becomes a better source of income. Because it does take, Bob, doesn't it take a lot of your time? I mean, compared to what I'm doing, compared to like just sitting in front of the camera and like spitting things out at the camera and all my ums and ands and repeating of information that Bob has to go through and edit and all the stuff he has to do to conceal my identity and all the steps he goes through to make it a great video, it's like maybe 12 hours, right? Maybe more.
Yeah, something like that.
Right. So we're like, what I guess what I'm trying to say is like when we're creating videos, you guys, like imagine like say Bob and I start a video when you leave for work. So we start the video, I record the video, everything gets done, say by your lunch break on my end. Well, then it goes to Bob, and then Bob is like, okay, let me put my little spin on this part of it, and then it goes piece by piece by piece, and it takes forever. And then like when you guys get off work and you come watch our lives or our premieres, then we're also
Blah, 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 blah.
right. So basically, I mean, it's just I'm just saying it's really, really, really hard work. So we would like to have more regular content, but it's so time consuming.
Can we?
And everybody's got to pay bills, you know? That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
And I know watching ads is annoying too, but you do get us a little bit of income from that, which is that would be the $3 or whatever per thousand, which is ridiculous. But do you still have that link in the back there for the in the back chat, in the private chat for Karen Reed?
Yeah, I was trying to. Yeah, I got something. If you want to watch it.
Yeah, so this is a case that I recently have been, my attention has been brought to this case. Apparently, there's a lot of similarities in the way that people believe that this woman is being set up. So we could take a moment for those of us who are familiar and those of us who aren't familiar and just kind of do a little refresher. Looks like Bob has something ready for us to watch. So we'll watch it together and then we'll discuss it.
It's gonna be. I'm not sure exactly what this is gonna be. It looks like it's gonna say all sorts of stuff about the case. I'm sure. Like so, we.
Jurors in the Karen Reed trial looking in on the hours leading up to Officer John O'Keefe's death.
Surveillance video played in court yesterday. Friends of the victim taking the stand as well.
Erica Ritchie is live in studio this morning. And Erica, some of those witnesses were with Reed and O'Keefe the night he died.
Yeah, and at least one of them says that there was no signs of strife between them when they were all at the bar that fateful night. In fact, he says the opposite was true.
They were affectionate toward each other, loving toward each other, and to the point where my wife even made a comment, why are you not like that with me?
This is the first surveillance video that was played in court yesterday. This is at a bar in Canton. John O'Keefe can be seen here on the bottom left of your screen with a gray sweatshirt and blue sleeves, drinking with friends just hours before he died in January of 2022. Later, his girlfriend, Karen Reed, you see her there, entering the bar, giving him a hug and a kiss. No sign that there was any strife between the two of them. And then the couple was seen on this video from another bar where they went with friends after leaving the first one. Again, no reports from witnesses about any angry or out of the ordinary interactions between the couple. Of course, Reed is accused of running down her boyfriend with her car outside of a Canton home that night. The defense maintains O'Keefe was beaten up inside that home and dragged outside. Testimony continues today when court resumes later this morning. The prosecution expected to call more of the couple's friends back to the stand. Live in studio, Erica Ritchie, 12 News.
So yeah. Did you get the gist of the case there?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it seems like there was no, I mean, we're just looking at something that's like no sound. It's open for interpretation. Obviously, allegedly, there was no issue between the two of them, right?
Yeah.
But just like how I'm just saying it's like a little bit similar to the prosecution taking the sound out of the video for Brian Koberger. Like it's in the same way, like, who knows? There's women, there's people in general, but there's a lot of women that can look completely normal and say the most brutal thing. Just but like play it off. You know what I mean? It's the same concept as like resting bitch face. They can like look like they're being sweet and, you know what I mean? Sweet and cute, but they're really just saying the most brutal thing. If there's no sound in that video, I don't know. She could have been like that, or she could have been totally fine.
We'll see another video I watched. I couldn't find it, but we could watch a couple more. Is the police? They're saying the police are involved somehow because I don't really remember exactly what they were saying, but like I guess the department is pretty shady there too. Obviously, wonder. It's crazy, huh? But
yeah, there's some crazy cops everywhere, right?
So it's almost like it's the opposite of the Brian Koberger case because like the FBI are, I guess like investigating this department now.
Right, investigating the investigators.
We heard it
we heard
from Turtle Boy. Remember?
Yeah, I don't know who Turtle Boy is.
He's the YouTuber. He's the one that like went big on that case. I can't remember what he said. He looked up something. I don't remember now, but
oops.
Yeah. Like my question would be, I wonder if they did a toxicology test on the police officer. I'm sure they did. Was he was drinking? What was there more than just alcohol in his system? I mean, I don't know this whole. Where did they find him? Outside of the house, apparently, and he was drug out there or something.
I thought they had said that he got run over. Am I correct?
I think so, but they said he got beat up in the house and drug out of the house or something. So it sounds like a pretty confusing case already, and they're in trial right now and everything. So it would be a good case to kind of like get caught up on and start talking about and get into because it is kind of, it's one of them cases where,
Yeah, and I was saying that. Like in the same way that Brian Koberger is kind of gangster, where he doesn't say anything, he's just stoic and quiet and still and like chill. You know what I mean? The same way she looks so confident.
Yeah,
she looks like she's just chilling. She doesn't look like somebody who's about to go to prison for murder. Did she look like that to you?
She didn't look too worried in the couple little things that I saw.
It looked like to me, like if I didn't know any better, she would have looked like one of the lawyers. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, she looked
like her. Wow.
Right. She had a nice suit on.
For sure. Yeah. Everything looked just fine. So I'm not sure that, like she didn't look like somebody who was worried that she was gonna just spend the rest of her days in prison or even a year of her life in prison. So either she has a really good defense for doing whatever she did, or she's not involved in this at all. But I've heard that a lot of people who watch our channel say that it's some kind of like true blue cover up. So I don't know if that means another police officer is responsible for it, but they're blaming her.
Kinda, yeah, that's what I'm getting. So right now, what I'm seeing, just looking around, they're on the 9th trial day of testimony. So this is a pretty fresh case. There's a couple videos. If you want to watch another video, we could watch it. I mean, just to kind of.
Yeah, why don't we just give me a little bit more here?
Okay, let me see what we got
if
here.
you don't mind, babe. Appreciate it.
How do we kill all the mosquitoes, dude? Hang on.
Peppermint, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Bob and I don't like to poison animals or kill them or anything. We just don't want them on us. We don't want those mosquitoes. There's so many in Michigan.
Damn mosquito on me.
So much water.
With what occurred there on January 29, 2022?
Absolutely not.
Crucial testimony in Karen Reed's murder trial. For the first time, we're hearing from the people who owned the home where John O'Keefe was found dead in a snowbank. Now, we know Reed's lawyers are trying to raise doubts, asking why the Alberts sold the house and rehomed their family dog. WBZ's Tammy Mutasa explains the connection.
A lot of people have been waiting to hear today's testimonies. The trial is now focusing on the big players who were inside that house that fateful night, who they were, what they did, and what they didn't do.
Although I didn't know him well, I considered him to be a friend, and our relationship was very, very good.
One of the biggest players in the Karen Reed murder trial and saga, former Boston police officer Brian Albert, describing his relationship with Boston police officer John O'Keefe before O'Keefe's body was found in the snow outside Albert's former Canton home. Albert is also one of the 3 men the defense says may have killed O'Keefe during an alleged fight inside the house. It's a much different version to the state's case that Karen Reed hit O'Keefe with her car.
John O'Keefe and Karen Reed never entered my house.
We've been hearing testimony from the several members of the well-known Albert family. This family tree highlights how the witnesses are deeply connected. The homeowners are Brian and Nicole. Then there's Brian's brother, Chris, and his wife, Julie, Nicole's sister, Jen, and husband, Matt McCabe. The highlighted people here were at 34 Fairview at some point that night. And when Brian's wife, Nicole, took the stand, she recalled her sister waking her up the next morning hysterical.
So she finally was like, well, John, remember John from last night at the waterfall? And I'm like, what do you mean? How could you be outside?
But during cross-examination, the defense claimed she lied and actually took calls from her sister that morning, asking why the family later sold their home, about the family dog that was rehomed months after this incident. The defense claims O'Keefe had wounds from a dog attack.
Is that true? Is that when you got rid of your dog?
I did not get rid of my dog. I rehomed my dog.
I can't find any real consistencies.
But when today's testimony was finished, Reed's defense attorney says the Alberts have too many inconsistencies in their testimonies.
Who they talked to, who was in the house, who wasn't in the house, what time people left, where people went, who saw whom, when did they leave.
And Reed herself responded to how she's feeling.
I feel very well, Matt. Thank you.
And Monday will be another big day. Brian Albert is expected to go back on the stand for cross-examination. In Dedham, Tammy Watasa, WBZ News.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's like, did you see how quick you wanted to get out of there?
Yeah. I don't know, man. It just seems weird that cop was on. He was pretty much accused of beating him up. I'm going to watch more of that and get into more of that. That seems pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's a little strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? What do you mean accused? That first of all, they said a dog attack. So where did that come from? Whose dog?
Right. It was the homeowner's dog, right? And then they rehomed the dog.
Right. But if the dog, okay, that's weird because usually, isn't it? I mean, chat, please help me out here. But isn't it usually the case that if a dog attacks somebody, chances are they're going to put that dog down, right? Or does it depend on the state? I don't know if that's specific.
That's hit or miss, really. It depends on if the dogs had the rabies shots, really, is what they check. And then, I think sometimes they, basically keep it at the pound. I'm not really sure. I remember hearing it before, but I don't think they just, shoot it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I see some people talking about the case in there.
Oh, yeah. They did no checking on the Albert family or dog.
I'll try to put some of these up for you, Pia.
Oh, that's what you were putting on the screen. Yeah, great. Okay. Yeah, it's hard for me to see, guys. So sometimes it's going to take me a little minute to see this chat. But okay, so Evie said they did no checking on the Albert family or dog. That's weird. Okay, so I guess I don't understand.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go more. But I'll keep reading.
Is it anybody's dog though? Because they said it was a. So if they here he goes.
The dog bit someone.
Here's our smart people right here. Yeah.
I'll read it to you. The dog bit someone in May 2022 and was rehomed afterwards. John O'Keefe died in January 20.
Oh, okay. Okay. In May 2022, it was rehomed. He died in January before it was rehomed.
And then Cheryl said she apparently killed him doing a 3-point turn. Huh.
Oh, out of the driveway or something, right?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. So this is what we should do. Let's see.
Okay, I got a question for you actually. Remember when we were watching Remember when we watched that video of that cop from around here, kinda, that got a job and he was all pilled out and buying pills or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, and he was buying from the dealer, like right on the body cam or whatever.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Do you think there could have been drugs involved with these police officers with this case?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
No, it's crazy. It's crazy that he got fired. Where was it? Oakland County or Detroit or something? And then he got another job, basically. Man. I know that when they did an interview with that police department, they were very embarrassed. I will say that. So they didn't know until later on. But they're saying that he was beaten and thrown into the snow, basically. But
I don't think she would beat him, right?
Oh no. They were saying it was that cop that was on that video just a second ago. But
see, that's the thing too. That's another similarity. I believe that, like I had said before, that I thought that the correct suspects in the Idaho 4 case was the frat, right? And that maybe there was a fight that got out of control. And this seems like it could have been a fight that got out of control, possibly in the driveway, right? Maybe it wasn't run over. Maybe it looked like he got run over because someone hit him really fucking hard, right?
yeah. True.
I don't know. Like some people, I've seen videos of people, I don't know if you have chat, but I've seen videos of people that they've been hit one time and they're done, right? Done, out.
Oh yeah, that was the other video we watched. Remember, of the Michigan State Police hitting that guy in front of the
my gosh, you should find that video. That is insane. Have any of you heard about this kid that I think not a kid, but there was a pursuit in Michigan, and I believe here, let me talk to you guys here. There was a pursuit of this suspect for some reason in Michigan. They were pursuing this guy, and he was on foot, and he was running, and he ran towards a Burger King. Do you guys, anybody know what I am talking about in the chat?
It's right here if you want to watch it.
Yeah,
do you want to watch
anything. I do want to watch it.
I'll play the short video of it.
Yeah, watch, guys. Watch. I want your thoughts on this.
Hang on, I gotta present it and all that stuff here. So just give me 1 second. Okay. Then give me another second here to make her big. Here we go. Okay.
Okay, guys. Check this out.
Video of the moment a man was hit by an unmarked state police vehicle. Samuel Sterling later died from his injuries in a hospital. Michigan State Police says Sterling was wanted on outstanding felonies and ran from police. 13 Your Side's Jeremiah Brown watched that video, and we do want to warn you that it may be difficult for some viewers to watch.
Sterling, get on the ground right now! It was April 17th when state police say they spotted Samuel Sterling putting air in his tires near 52nd and Eastern Avenue in Kentwood. Police say Sterling was wanted on outstanding felony warrants and ran when police tried to make contact with him. Body cam footage from a Wyoming police officer shows Sterling running into a Burger King parking lot off Eastern Avenue as he is then seen struck by an unmarked MSP cruiser. Video from a responding state trooper shows the unmarked vehicle driving into Samuel Sterling. As officers get closer, we see Sterling pinned against the wall of the Burger King. He is then told to put his hands behind his back and roll over, all while he is moaning.
Behind your back. Hands behind your back. Roll over. Get on your back. Hands behind your back. Hold on, take it easy.
The Wyoming officer is heard calling for medical help moments after Sterling is struck.
We need medical started for a suspect. Can we have him med one right now, please?
Meanwhile, other officers are seen putting a knee on Sterling's back and handcuffing him.
Relax.
While moaning in pain, Sterling is heard saying he doesn't have a gun and asking why he was hit.
Why you hit me like this?
Officers tell him not to move and focus on his breathing and that help is on the way.
So don't move, man. The medical start here for us.
A little more than 4 minutes after Sterling was hit, the fire department arrives.
Pin into the wall.
Sterling asking for medics to help him.
We didn't even know this was a police chase, right? We just got a car accident.
Sterling passed away later that day in the hospital.
Now, Jeremiah, has the video from the state police officer that hit Sterling, has that been released?
Well, Lena, MSP says that the officer did not have a body camera due to being on a federal task force, and his vehicle did not have a camera as well. The officer that struck Sterling remains on an unpaid suspension pending the case's review from the state's attorney general.
All right, thank you, Jeremiah.
Oh, I'm very bloated.
Oof.
Um,
I put my hood up too, guys. I'm cool like Weird Bob. Oh, now I'm cooler than Weird Bob.
You're very cool.
Thanks, babe. I appreciate that. You guys know that I'm cool? Bob thinks I'm cool. You think I'm cool? Tell me in the chat.
Yeah.
So
put a clown in the chat if you think she's cool.
yeah, put a clown in. Put a clown like little clown person. When you write clown, how it. She left her DNA. Thanks, Rock Chalk. We love your DNA here. You're always welcome here. Thanks for being a great friend of the channel and a great supporter. Don't worry about anybody else in the chat you don't get along with. Just pretend they're not here, I guess. We're here. You're here for us, right? Just ignore whoever that is you don't want to talk to. We both know who that is. Yeah, happy Mother's Day, Moonvale. I said that at the beginning before you got here. If you're a mother, happy Mother's Day, whether that's a child, children, pets, plants. There's all kinds of ways to be a parent these days. Yeah, Virginia. Yeah. So the video we just saw, guys, was the Michigan State Police in pursuit of, what was it? What was he wanted for?
They said, I think 7 felonies. This was the other thing I was talking about too. I just found the article for it. Can you see that?
Michigan Sheriff Deputy bought drugs, used the N-word. Ooh, on duty. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And yeah, the Holly police hired him. This guy.
Yeah. I don't know his name. What was it?
Everyone knows about the big bucket
Oh
list.
man.
Trips to Europe, climbing a mountain,
Blah blah blah.
skydiving at
Sorry
40,000
guys. Sorry
feet.
about all this.
But
Hey, look at that. They're saying I'm cool in the chat.
You
You
know,
are
the
cool.
one we'd like to check off now.
Did you get
A
the
diversified
you
member.
got some clowns in the chat?
Yeah, I see him. I see Jamie, Jane. Let me see. Who did I miss? Hey Mary, it's okay that you're late. Ooh, Cold and Covered gave me a bunch of clowns. Look at you.
All right, here we go.
7 investigators are revealing a problem cop's startling misconduct that his own department never knew about.
It's just the latest example in our ongoing investigation, revealing how officers have been able to leave one agency under a cloud of controversy, only to join another.
Here's 7 investigator Ross Jones.
It's 8 o'clock on the morning of December 4th, 2020, and Oakland County Sheriff's Deputy Greg Marone is behind the wheel at the start of his shift.
Tickets at 81.
His dash camera just began recording, not because Marone turned it on, but because he's driving so fast. At more than 90 miles per hour, it kicks on automatically. It's not clear if Marone realized he was being recorded.
Take the next right onto Dutton Road.
Marone is on duty, in uniform, and in his sheriff's vehicle, but this trip is not about police business. Listen as the deputy sends a voice-to-text message from his phone.
I'm going to need a few minutes, or I don't know what, because I need to go to the bank. So it's kind of messed up right now. I have enough to loan you the 100.
He was sending texts to a man he would later admit he'd been purchasing Schedule II narcotics from without a prescription.
Give the money to you tomorrow, I guess, unless you have it or you have the pills already.
Marone admitted to meeting the man on duty in uniform, and the dash cam captured more.
You little evil. Imagine this.
While arranging the meetup, Deputy Marone passes a dark-skinned woman walking her dog and begins hurling racist slurs.
Imagine monkeys. Whatever you are.
What a piece of shit.
they get a nice house
Yeah.
and they actually think that there's something.
For real.
When the sheriff's office discovered the video, they opened an investigation. According to sources, Marone admitted to buying Schedule II narcotics on duty. He said he'd done it before, about 10 different times. Coupled with his racist rant, the sheriff's office moved to fire Marone, reporting to the Michigan Commission on Law Enforcement Standards that he resigned in lieu of termination for conduct unbecoming, a warning to any department looking to hire him.
It's a huge red flag. You know, if we saw that, one of our background investigators saw that in their background, we would stop the background and be done with it. We wouldn't even take a chance on it.
They wouldn't, but another department did.
He was a good officer. He treated the people of Holly and the staff here with respect.
Chief Jerry Narsh hired Marone at the Holly PD in March of 2022, without, he admits today, fully understanding just why he left his job with the sheriff. A little over a year into Marone's time in Holly, he would get an idea. Last July 4th records show Marone arrived for work and appeared unwell. He had extreme difficulties using his police radio, according to an investigation, repeatedly dropped his cell phone, and when he got behind the wheel, couldn't drive faster than 10 miles per hour. He was taken to the hospital where a blood test was positive for buprenorphine, prescribed to help treat opioid addiction, along with another drug that Holly police would not reveal. They said Marone had prescriptions for both, but hadn't disclosed either. Marone said he was under treatment for medical and sleep conditions and did not wish to harm the department. He resigned. Chief Narsh told us there were no warning signs in Marone's background investigation.
And there was nothing specific or anything relating to addiction or medical issues that was discovered in his file.
Are you sure about that?
I'm quite sure.
We showed him the dash cam video we just shared with you.
He called a woman a monkey. He called a woman the N-word. He admitted to buying Schedule II narcotics in uniform on duty. And you hired him.
Not knowing that.
Well, and that's kind of the point, isn't it?
Well, it is.
To be clear, Holly PD did conduct a background investigation into Marone, just not a complete one. They reviewed his personnel file, but never saw the investigation that triggered his ouster. Efforts by Chief Narsh to obtain a copy were turned down by a county clerk. But instead of digging further, the chief says he took Marone's word for why he was forced out. He said it was for a poor driving history.
This is going to sound like a dumb question, but is it ever smart to hire a police officer without knowing exactly why his last department got rid of him?
Bob Stevenson is executive director of the Michigan Association of Chiefs of Police.
We feel very strongly that as part of the background check, you have to interview and talk with all previous employers that a person has worked for.
But in the case of Greg Marone, the sheriff's office says Holly never reached out to his supervisors, not his sergeant, lieutenant, captain, major, or undersheriff. They did talk to two references that Marone provided, who didn't mention what we uncovered.
How could you hire a guy and miss that?
Well, and I think that's what we're trying to fix and resolve, right? And how that we miss people like this, because that individual would not work for the Holly Police Department.
But he did.
But he did.
Greg Marone did not respond to repeated texts, calls, and a letter seeking comment. He is not currently policing. Chief Jerry Narsh told me after our interview that he is now reviewing and revising the department's background investigation procedures in light of our story. And the Michigan Commission on Law Enforcement Standards, which is supposed to ensure that officers like Marone don't slip through the cracks, tells me that in this case, Marone did because of past understaffing challenges in their office. They believe their current staffing levels would prevent something like this from happening today. I'm Ross Jones, 7 News Detroit.
All right. Thank you so much, Ross, as always, for staying on top of this investigation. If you have a tip for the 7 investigators about this story or any other, get in touch with us.
You can call.
Yeah, so he just goes to the next police department, right?
Yep.
They don't even have to put it in his record, in his HR file or whatever. They don't have to make any mention of him calling somebody a monkey. Who does that? What is that? What?
Yeah, it's crazy. I think he's pretty much done as a police officer, though. Like, but it just tells you that, I mean, it just puts a story into different, crimes that are happening across, America right now that, yeah,
You can't even trust the police. You don't even know, like,
right.
you know what I mean? Like, if they had a bad day, if they had a bad call 5 minutes ago, if they don't like your tattoos or your car or your reek of marijuana smell or something, do you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
the way that you spoke to them, your tone, anything, they can just get angry and cause all kinds of grief in your life, or they can make impulsive decisions that will change. Like that kid that they ran into, I know he's not a kid, but the guy with 7 felonies. The last I heard, you could like run a car off the road maybe with another car, but I never heard of like running a car into a person into a cement wall.
Yeah, it's crazy that they did
When
that.
did that start?
They could have caught him without doing that.
Without, like, you don't use a car as a weapon against a human, and it goes police officer's vehicle, human being, cement wall. That makes no sense. It's not. There could never have been an anticipated good outcome of that situation.
No. So did you want to open up the panel?
Yeah, we can open up the panel. Let's see.
I'll send out I'll put the link.
Send out the link, and then if you want to come back, let us know in the chat that you want to come back and what you want to speak about, so we can be on the same page here. And Bob, I don't know if you want to come out here, but looks like we're at the halfway point, and
yeah.
Okay. Just more convenient if Bob comes in here with me, guys. Then we're all like,
well, it'd actually be better for me to stay in here because then I can control what's going on.
do you want me to come in there then?
What?
Do you want me to come in there then?
Hang on.
Okay.
No, there's no topic. But yeah, I'll come out there for a second until we get somebody. If someone comes in, then I'll come back in here because I want to control the main board. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't see any. Okay, there's Tinker fracking Bell.
Yeah, I think 13th hour too. 13th hour, are you going to come in here too? Let's get a few of them in here at the same time because.
Okay, don't jump out, guys.
Yeah, don't jump out. Stay back there. Gotta be very careful if you got pull over. That's right, Jane. So 13th hour, I know you wanted to grab that link. We can talk about corrupt law enforcement. We could talk about Brian Koberger. We could talk about whatever. Okay. There you go. So we got room for one more, guys. If anybody else wants to come back here, we'll do one more.
We'll give them a countdown for a minute.
Yeah, we'll give you a minute countdown to get on the panel. You see that? If you guys are unfamiliar, there's a link right there in the chat and it says streamyard.com, blah, blah, blah. All you do is you copy that and you paste it into your browser and you will be right backstage. If you don't want your picture of your face or whatever, a video of you, you can choose to leave the camera off. It's really not a great big deal at all, but it's a great way to like express what you think about whatever. There's really not a set topic.
I put that in there again. There's the link. You got 45 seconds to come in, and then we're opening up the panel with everyone in.
Well, I'm going to be in the back chat first. We're going to figure out what we're going to talk about as a group.
Okay.
So
yeah, no problem.
I'll be on the same page before anybody gets up there and starts talking.
I got a little video I could play that I made earlier.
Okay, go ahead and play the video, and we'll see if somebody else comes back. So we'll have three. We'll have you and me and three.
Once this is over, it's about 23 seconds long. So
I know you're gonna dig this.
In one moment, we'll ask this cross-section of America to voice their opinions on The Choice Is Yours.
All capable of interchanging data rapidly and efficiently.
yeah.
Okay, so let's see what they're saying back there.
Let me take this timer off here.
Isabel wants to say hi, then she has to go to dinner. She just loves to talk.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna bring everybody up then. Okay.
Yeah, let's do that real quick. Uh-oh. There she is.
Hey, I have really
There's my
messy
girl.
hair. Wow.
Wow.
I just want to say hi to everybody. And I'm getting ready to go eat dinner, and I'm gonna miss you guys. And I'm gonna see you on Monday. And I'm gonna annoy all of you for the rest of your lives.
Oh, sweet.
Yay!
Yay!
You're welcome. That's a promise, not a threat.
Love you, love you. Love you so much.
All right, I can go now. I just wanted to say hi to everybody.
Okay.
Okay, take care of your nub.
Oh, I'll try.
Mwah. Love
Bye,
you.
Tony.
Love you.
She is the
Alright.
bestest. She is
Yeah,
so
she's
awesome.
great. Yep.
She's a strong woman. I have a lot of respect for that lady. How are you doing?
Pretty good.
How's Bobby?
Pretty good. He's going and getting some coffee in the kitchen right now.
Good, good. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was a lot of things we talked about today that were like brought up, but there was one thing you were talking about earlier. I don't know about that new girl that kind of popped up. I don't know who the Ashlyn, is that what
Ashlyn
it is?
Couch. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I think she's just trying to insert herself. That's the way it seems to me. But I've always been super interested in the Hannah situation because I know a mean girl when I see a mean girl. I know a mean girl when I see a mean girl. And there were a couple of mean girls living in that house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean.
And poor Hannah, I can totally connect with what that girl went through. You
It
know,
kind of like when I saw Kaylee and Maddie laughing, looking at their phones by the grub truck, I kind of got that vibe from them that they could be mean girls.
yes. Well,
You know
now,
what I mean?
now there's another thing that I caught super early on, and I don't know if you're aware of it. Okay, so let's go back to the grub truck. There was a guy that was sitting inside the grub truck, and he had a laptop in his lap, and he was watching a fight. Do you remember the fight? And Ethan was fighting someone else. Now, this was a fight, like who's going to win, like frat boy against frat boy, kind of an underground thing that they were doing. They were taking bets. That's how all this went down. That's why your frat boy situation makes sense, because one of them won, one of them lost. Some words were said. Somebody said something to somebody else about taking steroids. They got mad. Yeah. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And all that's out there because that guy, that video of that guy taking the bets for that fight is online.
Right.
I watched it, and I watched him talk about it and the things that he was saying. And I'm seriously, somebody's covering up for something, or somebody had big money in that fight. And that's why, the Banfield video with the 4 people, that just says everything. It says everything. It's all right there. It's clear.
Do you think it's because of it was marketed as like a school fight?
Did you hear
No,
him?
no, it's not a school fight. No. This was kind of like underground MMA.
Yeah,
like Fight Club.
Was the
Hey, Rock Chalk, you know all about that.
Was the university like stamped on top of it though? Like,
No, I do not think so. No, I don't think they were.
It was like Sigma Chi put on top of that.
Yes,
like,
it was the frat. It was the frats. It didn't have anything to do with the higher ups, but the higher ups covered it up.
Gotcha.
That's what I think, to keep their name fresh, because Sigma Chi, if you look, presidents, there's a lot of celebrities that were Sigma Chi. Okay, Sigma Chi is
Yeah,
deep.
yeah. It's one of the oldest frats. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And that, yeah, if anybody was capable of that, I don't know why Brian Koberger has been dragged into this, because he's just not frat material. But I will say, I'm telling you, the frat boy spin is definitely, I think that's what happened. I really think that's what happened. And
I think that's also something that we saw today, right? On someone else's channel. That it could be a fight that got out of control.
Yeah,
absolutely. And you know, Xana, they keep saying Xana fought back. They keep saying Xana fought back the hardest. Well, yeah, she was tiny and a gymnast. We are, us tiny people, we're wily, and we will fight back. We'll fight back to the death. We'll lose fingers. We don't care, because you got to fight back when you're as small as us. We're wily little spider monkeys, and that's what she was. And it makes sense. It makes complete sense. She was fighting to protect her man, and we will, because what's behind every good man? A great woman.
Exactly.
That's what my husband will tell you.
Rock Chalk is in here.
Oh, hey, Rock.
She's still in here, and she said she left the frat boy rabbit hole. Come on, Rock. Come up here and talk. I want to hear you talk.
Rock, come up here with me.
She hasn't been on here in a long time.
Okay, I've heard a lot of people. I just want to say this real quick before I forget. Like,
sorry.
People were talking about, the Timmy. His name was Timmy Reed.
Oh yeah.
And people are like, well, if there's a lot of secrets and blah blah blah. No one can keep a secret for that long. Well, they kept that a secret for a long time. That the lawyer brought that out. So, and they still don't know who did it. Like, it's
when you're trying to protect money, and we're talking about a lot of money in frats and sororities, lots and lots and lots of money. That's what keeps it. That's what keeps the colleges going. Is Greek Row in most of these places, and this is one of those colleges that runs on Greek Row money.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is in the
my
middle of
mom.
nowhere. They really don't have like anything else going in that area other than the university.
Yeah,
There's
my
nothing
mom.
around.
Yeah, my mom pledged way back in the day, and then turned them down. She and her best friend, because they were just mean girls. They were meaner than the sorority girls. So they like pledged and then told them to screw themselves. It was kind of funny. Now my uncle, though, he was a hardcore fraternity brother, and he was Sigma Chi, but that was a long, long time ago. He's in his 70s now. But he was Sigma Chi, and he worked for the government. So, I get this, and I'm telling you, I am certain. Hey, what kind of shirt you got on? Is that a Slayer shirt? I love that shirt. Yes, bah! I love me some Slayer. Ah, that is awesome. Yay! Pia, I can't hear you, honey. You muted?
I am. That's crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, I was saying Bob just shaved his head, actually. He's wearing Slayer shirt.
Bob shaved.
Yeah, come
That's
see.
okay.
Shave your head.
It looks good. Oh no, I like it. It looks good. You ain't got to brush it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks good. You look good today too, Pia. You look like you feel better today.
Yeah.
You got a little a little perk to you. I'm glad to see that. Y'all look like, or y'all had kind of a week like I did. It's been rough. So
Yeah,
what do you think? Like
crappy weather.
What do you think?
About what?
What do you think? Like, really? What do you think happened? I mean, like, if you were gonna lay it out and say, Occam's razor, this is the most likely scenario. What's your idea?
Of the Idaho
on
4?
Idaho 4. Yep.
Well, I think that most likely there was a fight and what? Oh shit. Hold on one second.
I'm gonna put this out.
Yep.
Yeah, put that out for now. Hey, what's up, Rock Chalk?
How are you?
Good.
Rock!
So yeah, so she got up here. That's awesome. So let's ask Rock Chalk first.
Okay, Rock, you talk.
I know she
Well,
has UFC stuff she's got to get to today, and I don't want to.
yeah, I do, and I wanted to make sure I tuned in to you guys. I
Thank you.
was down the rabbit hole of the frats. I'm way away from that rabbit hole from the frats. Left that rabbit hole. I mean, the frats. It was a common thing. It's all over the world that they do these underground fights. Okay.
Mhm.
I've never found it a coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences with Kapaka. So that's always been in the back of my head. But also, I'm more about the informants. And right before I took this Oklahoma case, we was going deep into it. And it has to do with family members that had big time drug charges and only did like
Mhm.
30 days. If you want to know what I think, and it's just my opinion, your YouTube channel, I want to make that very clear. This is Rock's opinion, and it's been my opinion for several months now, is that somebody lost a lot of money when these parents got arrested, and they've always said it was a targeted attack. And so, if you think of Maddie's parents, her dad and stepmom, they were on the top floor. That would be one of the targets. Kaylee wasn't supposed to be there. Then he goes second floor. Everybody says Ethan didn't live there, which he did. He was on a suspension for his grades, so he was not able to live in the frat house. So he was living with the women, with the girls.
Oh.
But Xana's mom, Kara, and I don't like talking about the parents, and I know I'm going to get a lot of hit on this, but that's okay because I still have my feelings.
Not from us.
So I'm just saying, this is before even Jay Embry came out. I've had this thought, and my thought is it's been a targeted attack. That somebody flipped. Somebody was informants. 3 somebodies to be exact, and that's why them particular girls were out to show what you don't do. It was a message. It was
It was
not
a message.
yeah. Yeah, it was not the cartel. The
Interesting.
cartel will blow your house up with
Oh, yeah.
no shits given
Yeah.
about who's doing it. Now I'm
Yeah,
still
this.
stuck on. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm still stuck on. Was Bethany and them in the house even when it happened? I don't know. Do I think they know something was going to happen? I have a big feeling. I feel like they did. But I've always thought Brent
I'm caught
Kapaka
up
was
on
involved.
Bethany. Yeah, I'm caught up on Bethany because it's been said several times that it's her room, her bedroom has been referred to as an apartment. That says that it's separate completely from the rest of the house. And she had her daddy change her locks. So she's the only one that can get in and out, period.
Well, I mean,
Was she
so
even there?
they say the daddy changed the locks. I
Oh,
mean,
I see.
Kara only knew, and no offense to Kara, I love all the parents. They have no right for their children to get taken. But Kara only knew what we all knew, what she saw she was on the run. She only knew what we all saw, which is on YouTube. And that was when I was really upset when they even did the interview with her because it was obvious she only knew what we knew. Somebody's asking me about Brian. BK, when we talk about Brent Kapaka, I've said this a lot. Pia, you've been in the military. I've been in the military. We both know how that works. I
Right.
got several friends. Kapaka was a veteran in combat, got a Purple Heart. Do I think that he could do that in 10 minutes or 8 minutes? Absolutely.
You're darn
Absolutely.
right. Have
But
you ever just sat down and sat through that time and
I
just sat
have.
there and waited? It is crazy how much time it is. It's
Yeah, it's a
crazy.
really long time.
It's a long
You
time,
can
but not only
totally
that,
do it.
not only that, you know, we have friends that was in combat. And with that said, um, they could definitely go from floor to floor and do that.
Mm-hmm.
Their skills never change. He might add
Mm-mm.
PTSD or whatever's going on. It seems like there seems to be some drugs that went on. I'm not saying just in that house because I don't know. I think it was just recreational in that house. But when they come out and say it's a targeted attack, I believe, this is my opinion, I believe I believe that these parents were getting paid back. And the only way to pay the parents back, they don't want to go
Yep.
after the parents, is to get somebody they love. And that's how it works, even in the real world. You know, if
Yep.
my ex husband, the U.S. Marshal, if he goes after somebody, throws them in jail, and they feel wronged, who do you think they're going to go after? They're not going to go after him. They're going to go after
Right.
his family. That's what
That's
I
right.
think has happened here. That's just my opinion. So,
I'm just confused how Koberger got brought into this. He had to have had some kind of connection to somebody, and that's how his DNA got stuck in the situation. Like,
well,
was he with the person that bought the knife? Was he with Brent Kopaka? Were they hanging out together? Were they, because they're about the same age,
well, I'm going to take
you
you on a
know?
little goose chase here
Ooh,
that
yay.
really goes in my mind. Okay,
Okay.
I deal with the federal government a lot.
Ooh, gimme.
Would it surprise you that Brian already had his criminal justice degree, which means he could have already been a Fed? Why would they move him all the
Ooh,
way from Pennsylvania down to Idaho? Why? I'm good, Jerry.
an
Thanks.
informant?
Exactly, but what if he already worked for the federal government? Because you
Oh.
show me in any case that when it's just a status hearing or anything else, that
Hmm.
the person being charged comes in a suit, no shackles, no
Yeah,
cuffs,
so
laughs
completely
with the
different from
guards.
Richard Allen. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, any case, go look him up. Any case, that don't happen. The only time they're allowed to
right.
wear a suit. Listen, he's got fresh skin. He's got a clean
Uh-huh.
haircut. He's
Looking good.
very
Yeah.
confident.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I heard him say
No
he wanted.
outburst.
I heard him say he wanted blue cheese on his salad after a hearing.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
that's funny.
That's right. No, he really
That's
did though. He really did. Like as if she was getting a
oh.
salad or whatever, because he's vegan.
I
Did he
am
have
Oh,
an
going
is
to
it?
say,
Oh,
FFA
that's right. That's
afterwards?
right. He is vegan. And that's
Yeah.
another thing. I cannot see somebody who is a hardcore vegan murdering people. That does not make sense to me. He would
That's pretty
feel
gross.
filthy with the blood on his hands.
Yeah.
How is there not any blood outside the house? How did this, when did they move the bodies? This thing is so dirty.
not only
I
that,
mean,
it wouldn't be the first time that the bodies were maybe unalive somewhere else. Listen,
uh-huh.
I've been out a month dealing with this other case, but in the
I'm so
very
sorry.
beginning, that's okay. In the very beginning, you remember Maddie's jacket was at the fire pole. I believe
Yes.
her and Kaylee was picked up at the fire pole. It would not be unusual,
Oh.
and people say it would, but it would not be unusual for
They
them
have to
to
go up the
be
stairs.
unalive somewhere else, brought back to that scene, and they would still bleed and all that blood would still come out. I'm just giving you options. I know as
Right.
much
It's
Yeah,
just
as
another
and,
perspective.
and
yeah.
Steve said that they didn't have to go upstairs, so that would make a lot of sense with
Right.
Roxy.
No, but
Right.
they did
You
they did
go
have
up
to
the
go
stairs and
upstairs
do it.
because Maddie was upstairs and her mom or her stepmom and dad had
Yeah, well, so
made
was
deals.
Dylan.
They had made
Dylan was
deals.
upstairs too.
Yeah, I believe that Kaylee's room was already rented out. But you wanted my opinion, so I came up and gave you my opinion. That's
Yeah,
where I'm
I
at
that's a
with
think
great
it's
that.
awesome.
opinion.
I
That's a
still
good
think that
opinion.
Brian could be. I also think that the people that's involved is not cartel. I think it's somebody very high up, maybe politically,
Mm-hmm.
or very high
Mm-hmm.
up in that town, and they were
Mm-hmm.
showing they were showing what they could do. They were setting an example. So do I think that they're kind of playing this off as long as they can? I think this case could change very simply, very quick. It'll be interesting.
I think it already has.
Yeah.
I think it already has. I think it has already taken a complete turnaround because everybody's now sitting back saying, y'all are railroading Koberger. I mean, in the beginning, everybody's like, oh, they got him. Even I mean, they had me. They had me straight until I came to Strange Suspicion and started really listening and starting to listen to other people's perspectives and looking at some of these videos again. And there's nothing that says to me that Brian Koberger killed anybody.
Absolutely not. He couldn't even fillet a fish. I mean, seriously.
Exactly. Literally, he wouldn't eat out of a pan that had meat cooked out of it previously. How are you going to go and slaughter people?
Right.
Informant, I believe. I believe that. That's interesting because I never thought about him being an informant. But he's highly intelligent, so it would
He
make
already
sense.
had his degree. He was going for a PhD degree.
Yeah.
Why would they bring him all the way from Pennsylvania to Idaho, where there was already 60 plus agents there investigating?
Right. And why would he ruin his reputation? Why would he ruin all the work he did? That's a lot of money to go to school for that long.
I agree. Also,
You know?
I'm going to tell you, in college, I smoked a lot of weed, but there was coke around. There was all kinds of things around.
We did that
Okay,
in college,
I
Rock
just
Chuck?
didn't. Yeah, I just didn't trust
In college?
Yeah,
In
yeah. I
college.
still smoked a lot of weed.
Wait,
Hey,
she is like Miss Weed. She's Miss Weed.
You should.
That's right. I got a motorhome to show it. But my
Yeah,
point
she
is,
does.
they keep wanting to go back to Brian did heroin. I don't think he continued to do heroin.
No, I think that's an
not somebody that
old,
could, yeah.
old habit.
There's not
He
somebody
looks
that
too
can
good.
do, yeah. There's not somebody that can do heroin and function like he did as a PhD student. So, and his
No,
motive for
he got off that
driving,
stuff a long time ago.
right? His motive for driving. Since when do you have to give an alibi? I thought the state had to prove it. But my
They
alibi
do.
for Brian would be, he lived in on base. Well, I say on base. I'm so used to the military, on college campus in an apartment. You can't smoke on campus and you can't smoke in an apartment, but it is legal in Washington. Listen, if I'm up and I want to vacuum at night, I'm gonna go smoke me a doobie. I don't care where it is, and I'm go.
I didn't think about that.
He was so OCD. They stepped out of his car in Wawa Land or whatever you want to call that place, and smoked a doobie and went back. So there's his alibi, whether they
I
want
think
to
it was
believe it or not.
Wallala, but I'm not sure.
It's
I think it's
Wallala
Wallala
or
Park.
something. I don't know.
But you see
Wallala
what I'm
Park, I
saying?
think.
If
It was
you've
probably
ever
beautiful
smoked
there
in
last
an apartment,
night.
I'm sorry. If you've ever smoked in an apartment, it will linger throughout the whole apartment. So getting
Yeah,
up,
because it goes through the air ducts.
right?
Because
If I'm
everybody
in a
shares an air duct.
motel, if I'm in a motel in Colorado, and I wake up at 2:00 and I want to go smoke, I can't smoke in that motel. I'm gonna be out driving and finding me a safe place to pull over. Because even though it's legal in all states that it's legal, it can't be within the reach of the driver. So that means you physically have to get out of the car to smoke anyway. I can see him just parking somewhere, smoking his doobie, going back home. The neighbor said he vacuumed at all times. A lot of times weed gives people energy, and it was said that he's had a medical marijuana license on top of that. There's no
Right,
law
yeah.
against that. So anyway,
No,
that's
see,
my perspective.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. I mean, I get your perspective. I do understand your perspective on it. And it's I did all the verbiage on State Question 788 here in Oklahoma back in 2016 when we finally passed medical marijuana here. And I was the one that wrote all the verbiage on State Question 788, and we finally got it passed.
What state is that?
Oklahoma.
Okay. I'm spending
Yep.
a lot of time in Oklahoma. Oklahoma.
Yeah, you're in the Panhandle, Guyman, right?
But even in Miami, I call it Miami, but Maya, they have twice the amount
Miami.
of
Yeah.
Oklahoma has twice the dispensaries that Colorado does.
Yeah, we do. We sure do.
Yeah.
And the reason it's so awesome here is because the way I wrote the verbiage. The cops can't even ask to see your card.
Well,
I mean, and the
I do
cops don't
know-
care even.
I do
They
know
don't care.
that it's not completely legal in Missouri or Oklahoma. That can be changed.
Oh no,
That's-
because it's nationally. Nationally, it's illegal.
Every year when you vote, you'll see on the ballot about it. It'll be on your ballot this year too. Make sure that
Actually,
your
it's not.
friends,
It wasn't last year. It hadn't been on.
in Missouri,
They
it is
haven't messed
every
with
year.
it.
And they
Oklahoma
tried to
has
even
not
go
messed with it.
recreational. Yeah, they even tried to go recreational, but the only
Oh, we
people
tried
that,
rec. It didn't
Yeah.
go.
The only people that showed up was the people that was against it. So people
Well, see,
have to pull
the
together.
great thing, the thing in Oklahoma with us being a huge ag state is that everybody and their lawyer and judge are smoking it, and their grandma. So everybody's for it on both sides. So nobody thought it. They just want to regulate it, and that's fine with us as long as they don't regulate it too much.
Yeah,
And we do
that's
great.
That's what I say.
We
in
do great.
In at Fired Up Kansas, if you look it up, we say tax it and regulate it. That's the biggest thing.
Yep, yeah, ours is highly regulated. It's easy to go and get as long as you've got your card and you do it the right way.
You know what? I go to Norman, Oklahoma, where my daughter lives, and I'm so used to
Oh,
Colorado.
yeah, it's a nice place.
And I walk right in, and I tip them $20 immediately. You know, they've never once asked me for my driver's license or my card, ever. And my
that's because
Colorado driver's license is not legal in Oklahoma. Like if I have
Right.
my own stuff
Well,
on me, it's legal. But to buy,
yeah,
it's not legal.
the thing in Oklahoma, right? The thing in Oklahoma is our laws are if the area you are in, like a restaurant, a park, whatever, if you're allowed to smoke cigarettes where you are in that area, you are allowed to smoke cannabis. Period.
I did read that today.
That is true.
It's not that way in Colorado. Absolutely not.
It is definitely that way in Oklahoma. Everywhere in Oklahoma. It's also now legal for women to go topless in Oklahoma. We just don't.
Wow.
Yeah, we freed the nipple in Oklahoma. Let's see, I think it was
topless.
what year did we free the nipple?
That's right.
When was it?
I'll tell you what.
20. Yeah, we freed the nipple in 2020. Yeah, free the nipple was 2020. So yeah, you can just walk around topless and they can't do nothing about it in Oklahoma, which is funny. I haven't seen anybody actually do it, but you can do it.
Well,
so
listen, guys.
Oklahoma's pretty liberal.
I wanted to give you guys my opinion. My UFC's on, so I'm gonna get off here. Tia, you know I
go
love
watch
the
them whoop
daylight
each other.
better than you, and Bob,
Woohoo!
and you too. I'll be
Love
back.
you, Rock.
I love you guys too. Peace out and have a good
Peace
Mother's
out, girl.
Day, everybody.
Yeah, happy
Have a
Mother's
great
Day.
day tomorrow.
I will. Thank you guys.
All right, honey.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
She's
Bob,
so
are you
awesome.
Hey, Bob.
What? Yeah.
What is our laws in Michigan? Do you know?
Like, I mean, it's pretty easy to just go buy
It's
weed.
recreational and it's
Yeah.
medical, and you can have like a certain number of plants or something like that, and you can't smoke in public.
Medical,
Ours is a dozen plants.
Yeah,
Every person's allowed a dozen plants, 2 ounces of dry flower, an insane amount of edibles you're allowed to have at one time, and this is every month. Every month. Yeah, we went crazy on the amount you're allowed to have and what's protected. And what we did, and I'm not going to say either way on my political view, but what we did was we took advantage of the fact that it was 2016 and it was a big election year, if you remember that year.
Oh, yeah.
And so what we did was we flew it under the radar when everybody was worried about who was going to win the presidency, and we ended up with a 57% vote. So they were so worried about who was going to be president, who wasn't, that we were able to fly that right under the radar. But we also got over 100,000 signatures, and it took us all summer to do that. We did the Gay Pride Festival in 120-degree weather. I'm telling you, we worked so hard. We worked so hard for it. But the verbiage was everything. And that's where Colorado went wrong. They just didn't think about the verbiage that they put in there. And we sat down and we got it all right. And we've been running exactly the same way since 2016. We won't change it. It's too easy. And the cops don't care. As long as you're not running meth in this town or in this state, they don't care. It's an ag state, it's an agriculture state. We grow food, and we have, I don't know if you ever read High Times magazine, but back in the 90s, there was an issue that was put out, and it was the centerpiece of that issue was about Oklahoma and growing, and how our the red clay in our dirt, that's why we have red dirt. We have so much red clay in it. The red clay grows the strongest, most beautiful and healthiest, easiest to grow cannabis and in the world. So this was the perfect place to do it. And now a lot of our cannabis is getting shipped other places too, legally. Legally, it's getting moved other places. So, I can't wait for people who live other places to try the stuff here, because it's different. It's completely different. What's a chicken dog?
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, I'm going to play this video real quick. This is from a guy.
Oh, look, it's a trash panda.
He's from Canada. His YouTube channel is called The Raccoon Whisperer. He's a pretty cool guy.
Oh, it's a cheap. Look at the trash panda. Come here.
Oh, this is his wife.
Ah. Oh, come here. Look at it. It's.
Come on. Look at you. You're a mommy. Yes, you are. Hello. So, hey, everybody. It's Friday evening. And I saw these two little raccoons out here. Hi. Come on. Come on. Come on, baby.
What is he feeding?
There you go.
Little frankfurters.
And I thought I'd come out and I would feed them. It's a little cool. It's in the 40s. Well, it's actually below 40.
Oh, look. Oh, it's so cute.
I'd say it's like
baggy.
30. So I said, hi, Mommy. There you go. She's a mother. She's got babies somewhere. So Jim and I have been busy today.
Gator boots.
We went to Halifax. My stuff arrived from the States yesterday.
So how many hot dogs do you think she's handing out?
Hello.
That's a lot.
Come here.
Oh, they're small. So they're probably like.
Oh, they're mini little.
What's.
Is that good for their
It was in
stomach?
Halifax. Come here, baby. Come on.
They look like little Vienna sausages.
Hi, Mommy. Look at
So
this.
is there like 6 hot dogs in a package
And,
usually? So it'd be like 12
It's
little.
in a pod. For those of you that know what a pod is.
Little.
And
look how
we
close
had to
they
go down
get.
today and sign the final paperwork on it of it arriving into Canada, then go to customs. Then we had to travel across the other side of Halifax. Hello.
She's got 3 on the porch.
Oh my
Go to
gosh.
customs, get it all cleared.
Oh,
And
they're
then we had
so
to go back
big.
again to the pod's place. And
That's what you don't expect is how big they are.
I think they just feed them so many hot dogs. They're just that big.
Right there, all
No.
bloated.
No, oh no, there's a There's another one. She got a whole, what do you call a group of raccoons?
A mess.
Those are cute.
I'm not sure. That's a good question.
You are. Come
Because
on.
you had a murder of crows, a clouder of cats. I wonder what a group of trash pandas are. I have a trash panda in my backyard that comes in my tree, but it doesn't come get close to me.
There's a
The couch that was in the
around
living
here.
room.
We saw a couple yesterday driving
Jim
around.
gave to Dawn's dog.
They are so cool.
So, Dawn and
They're so
her son.
smart.
Hello.
They are so smart and they're so neat.
Well,
They're a really, really cool creature.
I just wanted to show that guy a little bit. Yeah.
My gosh, there's so many of them.
I like that.
I do
like
too.
that.
I love animals.
It's like weird watching different kinds of content. Bob and I watch a lot of different weird things.
I watch a lot of weird stuff. Y'all would, if you sat with me on YouTube, you'd be like, okay, she's crazy. We knew it. We knew she was nuts.
Lady, for how long do you think about it? How long do you think we watched her for?
What's that?
You're breaking
How
up.
long do you think
What?
we watched the lady for last night that you just showed? Like a while, right? We're just like watching her feed hot dogs to like
Yeah.
raccoons.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, you're muffled, babe.
I can't
Can you
hear
hear me
you.
now?
Yeah, kind of.
I was saying, like, it was surprising how much time that you could spend watching that lady.
Yeah, for real.
Mm-hmm.
And just
Yeah.
feed hot dogs to raccoons. Like, we were just sitting there watching her for so long last night.
I know. I want to play another video with the guy that's actually the raccoon whisperer. That's his wife.
Oh, that's his wife.
Yeah.
Oh, play
Yeah,
it.
and it was weird. I see that
wanna
they're like
watch.
advertising for some kind of alcohol behind her, right?
I don't want him to like. I don't think he probably will flag our stuff for playing his stuff.
I doubt it.
I don't know.
I doubt it. They're showing everybody their preciouses and they want everybody to see it.
Right.
It's crazy. They get so many views too, like hundreds and thousands.
And if you put the little hearts over it, they may not care.
Right. Here, what is it called? What is the channel called? Let's shout them out.
The Raccoon Whisperer.
Yeah, shout them out.
Raccoon Whisperer. So, guys, if you like to space out and watch very peaceful things, this is like something that we have discovered. I don't know how long Bob's been watching it, but I just started watching it yesterday.
I just started watching it.
Oh, look. That's beautiful.
Here, let me fix all this.
Where are they? On the porch?
Yeah.
Yep. I like that they're staying separate, prime directive. Don't mess with them.
Yeah, they
follow the prime directive. They've got 4 of them out there. That's in 5, 6. Wow.
Yeah.
They got a family going. Oh, and there's another one back there. I see its shadow. So
See?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow. There's that one in the back is young. That's a baby. Yeah, they feed them really well. That's a lot of dog food.
Oh, dog food. Okay.
Yeah, that's dog food. So they're feeding them really well. They keep coming back. They know where to go for the food. Aren't they? Oh, look at the little baby hiding there. Behind Mama. Right up under. How sweet. They are so cute. Yeah, there's 2 babies up there. I like how they don't mess with them. Just let them do their thing.
Bob. What'd you say?
They're wonderful.
Oh, man.
That's the sweetest thing. They get aggressive, though. They can be so aggressive. Especially the males. Once they get older, I know a lot of people keep them as pets, and then once they get really big, they have to let them go.
Yeah.
Let them go outside.
They're very easy. Like, once, if you take care of a raccoon and it's domesticated, you can do that when they're little, but I don't think you can really do that once they get to be a certain age.
Yeah, once they get older, you have to actually let them go. because they get very aggressive, especially the males.
Yeah, Jane, they're usually
Sometimes 20 plus show up. 20 plus? That's crazy. I've seen like a whole one in my backyard in the tree, and it didn't get close. Those are beautiful. I bet they're stinky. My husband had an aunt who had one as a pet, and it peed in the ashtray.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he peed in the ashtray all the time, my husband said. I was like, I would be so angry. Just because it peed in my ashtray all the time, I would be mad. That is the best video. How cool is that? Oh, it got dark.
Am I the only one left? Bob, are you still here? Man, what is happening? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, and then she was. Yeah, I don't know, guys. We're having some issues here.
Yeah, my computer screen's weird.
I think maybe we're gonna have a storm. I don't know. It's in and out.
Well, we can say goodbye. We've been on for a while, I think.
And then we get on Monday.
What's that?
Oh, did you not hear me?
Yeah, you cut out a little bit.
Oh, I said, so then on Monday.
You cut out again.
I'm sorry. I'm not touching anything. I said, okay, so then we will see everybody on Monday.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on. I think that we're not in tornado area, but I think we might be having a storm soon. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for your likes, your comments, and we will see you on Monday at 4:20. Right, Bob?
Yep. See you guys.
Right. See you guys.
Thanks. Bye.